What's going on, YouTube? Time for another recap. Another exciting day, fancy day. I called this one pretty good to the T. No free plays on Twitter today. We took the day and pre-market to watch the data run up. And this is what I explained to my premium chat. So these are the guys that get me trading live every single day for the market that I can be here. I am going through some cancer rehabilitation. I have stage 3 CRC cancer. So no big deal. We're beating it. But through chemotherapy, I do trade as much as I possibly can in the mornings with or without treatment, how I'm feeling. Let's get into it. So like the algos I keep talking about here, guys, on SPY, they create these algorithmic candles after hours. People think these are nonsense. These are actually extremely viable. So I grabbed the biggest one here, and you know me and Fibonacci's. We are talking a lot on the channel about the Fibonacci ranges and how we get back into the Fibonacci box here and extensions above or below, and of course our loved golden pockets. Now today was a green day of about 3,000 plus on real accounts. So let's grab this. You can see my trades, not a single red one. Across the board, lots and lots of high frequency scalps. These are PA accounts. I now have 6 funded accounts, 3 of which are ready for another payout next week, 3 of which are on the way that we just made $600 on today on each. So not a bad little day. So just about $3,000 plus, and we do have that payout locked in. Another $7,500 coming out next week. That'll make 15,000 so far in the last couple weeks, about 3.5 weeks playing with Apex PA accounts. So let's get into today. Oh, and if you're interested in trading with Apex or me, check the description. So back to the fibs. We have these amazing fibs. They always work out so clean. Now, 2 things, okay? We have the fibs from the after algo, and this is what I used for most of my pre-market trading until data came out, okay? Data candles are the most important. So as you can see, we had came up to, right? So we're coming in from the golden pocket right here of those algos, and we pushed all the way up to the 0 or 100% fib, whatever way you draw them. Beautiful double top action, and then back down. Now our oscillation indicators were giving up some really good jam today as well. This was like one of the cleanest days, both higher load at the 100 EMA, perfect convergence all the way across, showing tops here into a big push. This is a short I got and called here, very nice one. Lower high, all on oscillation indicators. You see a higher high in the market on price action, but you see all the indicators telling you, no, short those tops into viable resistance. What's viable resistance? What would make you take a short up here? We don't have any premium perfect levels. Well, the VWAP. The VWAP is one of the most important things that I use, and this is the +2. This is the regular VWAP in the purple. This is the -2, and that's the deviation outside of the regular VWAP. So I took the short into the tippity top here. And that was another call that we had made live in chat, like we always do. We had really good long calls right here, really good short calls here. Then I set a 100 E or 200 SMA 1 minute catch up was your next long. So we had long call, long call, long call, long call, short call, and I did not call anything from anything over here. So this was the last call of the day for the chats. We had 4 or 5 really good, 100% accurate calls today. So let's go over some of the metrics that we had taken these with besides the Fibonacci high-low system that you see in after hours. That was important, but today was a day today. We had GDP and jobs. So let's go get that data, okay? That is a very important data piece. Now, we're sitting on the SPY still. We're going to go to the 5 minute, okay? The 5 minute body is what I'm going to worry about right here. And my fibbies, okay? I'm going to take the body of the candle. And this should give us an appropriate top of the market. Oh, what do you know? To the penny. How funny. So these are how I use Fibonacci sequences, not exactly how everybody else uses them, but here's the box of the body. Anything that breaks out of the box Fibonacci range has a chance to do what? Go to the 1618. After the 1618 comes, you usually back test the 100 and then go to the 2618. You can't get any cleaner than this today. And then after that, bounce down back to the 100 and couldn't quite make it at the lower high. Now, again, if you look at the 5 minute chart, all of the indicators are telling you that this sucker's coming down on the next lower high. Get ready for the short. We have the perfect lower high, lower low systems, perfect lower high, lower low systems, large histogram waves, small buy waves in between the heavy selling pressure, just waiting for that retrace and patience. This was so clean today, and the downside should continue. Now, why did we think that, right? Let's go to the daily chart because we got our fibs out of the way. Once we get this high piece here, we do have that hidden gap here. Not hidden, I guess. It's just a sliver gap, we'll call it, on SPY. So this is not my default one. Well, where did my drawing systems go? My default should, okay, there we go, was not loaded. All right, 5-minute back. We have a sliver fill, and this is where I think the market's going. As long as we lower high today on bad data, a Friday follow through day. So keep these shorts on, okay? Lower high, here's your high, here's your lower high for the day. We just needed it to retrace. You never, ever short the end of the day. You always wait for the retrace, especially with fibs, and you got data going on. Fibs give you the perfect data. Look how easy this was, guys. This was simple. We even caught the longs on Qs. I'll go over those next with the body of the candle. You're going to be impressed. Watch. So this fill is what we're looking for on SPY. See this gold little sliver gap? This was left from about 3 trade days ago. I don't know. This one right here. This was the high of that day, and this was the low of the next. So low of this day, high of this day, equal gap in between price action. So between 42.72, 42.78, there is a gap that the SPY will come back down in magnet 2 and fill. We just need to get the entry points. Here's your entry point. Lower high, Fibonacci, backside. Well, how do you get the target? How do we know it's going back down there? It's so clean. Watch the end of the day dumps. Get a panic through yesterday's lows. Tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to settle down somewhere around here. I don't know. We might actually get the full panic today because we got 2 hours left of the market. I've seen weirder things. So if we break out of the fib range here, we're just going to reverse that because we've already done the upside fibs, right? 2618 was perfect. So let's just activate this strong and show you how to use the other way. Obviously, you're just going to turn the extensions around. So we're going to grab the top of that candle here, move this down to the body, move this down to the body, and we got the 5-minute body done on there. So now it looks like the short play turnaround. So where's the extensions on the short? Well, for today, I'd like to see 44.51. Okay, that's 2618. Now, before that happens, 1618, right? So now here's the fib box again. What do we wait for? Outside the fib box trade comes to the 1618. Retraces to the 100 fib, goes to the 2618. Now, we might not get this exactly today, but into tomorrow's data, since we had some really whacked out GDP, 3.3% growth today in this economy, the economy is not growing. I'm sorry. Layoffs, all-time high debts for retailers. Insane. That is all fake. So with this gap being the main structured target for my short right now, holding down these swings, a couple of options contracts as well on the ES and NQ. This should get the Q. Now, Friday for the continued dump, we have a bigger gap, I think, that we're going to be testing here for a magnet on the daily, and that's going to be on Qs. I don't think there's one on SPYs. I think it filled. Yeah, okay. This one filled right away on SPYs because our 8th Fibonacci here. I just want to make sure. So back to the Qs because I'm trading a lot of NQ here. We're going to go back to the basics here. To the Qs. We love the Qs. Bam. So this gap is the one I assumed we were going to be tagging today, and we are in it right now. So beautiful retrace, right back to the pump, right to the lower high, or right to the failed gap. Now, gaps usually don't fill first tag, okay? This is the first time the Qs is inside this gap. The gap was designed here. Obviously, the gap up, price action closed here. This gap right here usually doesn't fill. So if I come into this right now, and I'll delete these for you and make this a little cleaner because I want to go over Qs. Same exact thing for Qs. I had these gnarly looking orange fibs so I could decipher what I was looking at here. But again, just for future measures, the Qs and how they were traded today. This is the body of the data candle, GDP and jobs. Pushed back up. Said it was going to scam all the way up here, no problem. But look at the Fibonacci. Look how the golden pocket played out. We came up, opened up into the 1618, had to retrace, broke the box. Where do we go in the box? Golden pocket, correct. In between here. So here's the golden pocket. There's the long off -2 VWAP. That is a nasty, easy long right here. I got this one hardcore. I took the absolute bottom and on this guy. And this is another piece of the puzzle to that. Over here on the left on Qs, I'm not going to explain the lines because that's premium, but there's a blue level right here. I picked out a volume associated level, and that was also a reversal level. So you can see these two candles right here on the 15-minute. That was our long bias trade on Qs. That long bias trade worked out exactly at the Fibonacci's body golden pocket. When that holds, it squeezes back up. Then what did we get? Well, another push back up and another push. And where did we end up? Well, Qs doesn't function perfect, but 2618 again, very close, right? Not quite the perfect penny tag like SPY usually gives us. SPY is a lot better trader than Qs. So you got to get in a little early and out a little early to get these levels for perfect tags. And then we said short, right? So I left my team this morning at around 10, and I said continue the dip, then watch one more dip to the long, and then we should panic back down because we got stuff to back test down there on the SPY. And then the Qs gap. So for the end of the day on Qs here, I assume Qs is not going to fill this gap because it's the first tag. This is the gap up the last 2 days. This is the tag that we get. So watch this play right here. I bet you we could actually do this live too. There's going to be some tags here that are going to come, and it's actually going to be right here. So we could grab some of these buy bids here,
Order filled.
Order filled. You can see the MAC on the 1 minute starting to get that cross here. You see the P&L start to go back up here. So just a micro NQ, we are super extended outside volume area lows. So this should be a really easy bounce point here. Value area lows is way up there. And when we get to volume area, not value, volume area lows, we tend to have a back test. We get too extended. We washed the 666 and now we're inside the gap. Gaps usually tentatively do not fill. Look at this. Here's the price action. Here's the fill. This would be a fill box. This is what's left, right? So if I took a line right here, and this is probable, anything can happen in the market, but probability-wise states that here's the bottom of the day. And generally speaking, we do not fill gaps on the first attempted tag. Go back on your daily chart and look how many times there's a gap left on SPY, Qs, or whatever stock it is. The first day that it has no association. So you got the gap and then you have it coming back up. Look at that first gap tag, okay? Look at that first gap tag, see what it does. So barely down just a tiny bit here. We got the VIX coming up to the hot. We actually got some room on VIX here. Again, no panic, no care, not a care in the world right now. Fresh squeezy lows. It's looking pretty good. So watch this. We're going to get back. Where's my trade? We're barely 20. We're messing with the tiny and the micros here. I'm going to grab another one.
Order filled.
As we're down here. So what we're looking for is just a tiny little bit, just a scalp reset. That's all you're looking for. So on the 1 minute chart, we're super cool. We're waiting for those lines to cross here on that max. We should get some kind of, maybe even a couple lower lows, but it'll scream up green here in a second because this gap should stay open today and then fill maybe tomorrow. So I don't expect it. So even if it goes just a bit lower, I assume it's going to get scared because of the algo system that we run that gaps don't close. So I grabbed 2 micros just for an example. It's not going to be a big golden trade. I don't trade for $10,000 a day, blah, 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 any fake stuff like that or any crazy stuff on YouTube. It's not for the views. This is for consistent traders, pro traders, people that really take this seriously. We're not going to YOLO anything. We slowly ease into position with 2 MNQs. And we got a pre-algo right here, 122. I wonder if that's going to be the hold. But either way, we should come back down here. We should leave this open. So I'm going to get ready to grab another one. Looking good here. VIX is into an algo. We're up into that 1.5 deviation, and we have a gap. So I'm going to look to grab another one here.
Order filled.
Order filled. Okay, averages a little high. I might grab 2. The 1 minute MAC though, still diving, but we got time. She should shy it pretty soon here. Actually, I should grab more here because we're gonna get a no fill scare away here. Once this is the first push into the gap, we're gonna get a
order filled.
No fill scare candle here. I know it's hard to believe. This might be a longer video now because I just decided to take this trade, but we got the VIX with an intraday gap too. Let's bring this over. You'll see what I'm talking about here. See this little 5 minute gap? This has to turn back around and fill 1341. So watch this go green. We're down $28 or something like that. $30. Starting to hold green. Slowly but surely. Might be the next 2. What do we got? 109. Yeah, we're not going to fill this. This is the shy point. We're going to leave a little bit of a gap here, and it's not going to tag in. She's going to start right back up right now. Right in the next few minutes. So as this play is developing, I do want to take a quick second to talk about the volume area profiles. I'm going to set some orders above for our target fills. What do we got? 3 groupings. We have 24 contracts total, so 4 contracts total. Actually, this might just be a retrade. I'll just leave the trade on. I was going to go over some volume profiles while we wait, but let's take a peek at it. So yeah, with this no gap fill, we're going to get the green candles coming in here. Quite frankly, pretty soon. There's back to green on the trade. You can see where we're at right here. Average is the blue line on trade of 8 here. Got the higher low. The MAC has a crossing, so we're going to have a big opportunity for some greens, maybe back up to the 10. We'll see where it takes us. But right now, I'm just doing a small amount. Like I said, it's not going to be anything crazy. It's no big deal. 4 MNQs. And as you see, we 100%ed every trade today. Haven't missed one yet. So this is the shy line. I call this the shy. It always shies the gap fill once it presses in. This is the first time it's ever been in this gap. It's a new gap, so it's going to shy the fill. Algos, they like to trap these people that trap or that short bottoms like this, and for some odd reason they think, oh, it's going to gap fill. Go look at your chart how many times the first day gap tag fills. It's very rare. Very, very rare. Not for Qs maybe, but for a lot of the stocks and a lot of the other stuff, you're still going to get an intraday trade like this where it's going to set up really nice. So we're green-ish. What do you got? $8. I kind of want to grab one more set here.
Order filled.
Order filled. So we'll see if we can make a quick buck. Holy frick. We got 5 MNQs here. We're just going to watch the easy mode here because this is a simple trade. This is a guarantee. I hate guarantee calls in the stock market, but this scalp is guaranteed. I'm not going to miss this. There's no way. And again, I'm not looking for, the bull of the account. We're making 400 or 500 bucks right now. You can see over here across all the accounts, but no gap fills happen. So I'm trying to get a little hundo. There we go. We got
Order filled. Order filled.
Into that pressure, the 50 RSIs right there.
Order filled.
We got 2 contracts left. Maybe we get a couple bucks out of it, whatever it happens to be. But like I said, I wasn't going to lose this scalp. This is a very easy one. This is a tried and true strategy that I've done for 10 years on first gap fills. They do not fill first tag, high percentile chance. Of course, something is going to be an anomaly in the market. So don't shoot the messenger, but I promise you it's got some likely distance. So this gap was never going to fill. There's a high percent chance. I keep saying never. High percent chance she wasn't going to fill, but just a quick 10 bucks across all accounts. So we just did 6 accounts. It's made 600 bucks, right, on the live accounts. So
Order filled.
I'll exit there just for the quick example. 462 times 3 on those accounts and 684 times 3 on the new ones. So that's what we made today just now. That's going to be like, I don't know, it's over $3,000 now, but that little live trade, I seen the scalp. I usually don't trade this late, but I just seen cues into the gap. This is a high percent guarantee for me. And I like to get some more live trades in for you guys here, but okay, enough of that. Back into the final part of my breakdown here, guys. The anchors and the volume profile. So how I found the profiles on how to scalp today. You see all these big jams up here. I usually post these on Twitter for everybody, and I try to give them a couple levels. So follow me there. I'll do it every once in a while. I'm doing it pretty consistently right now, but today I wanted to do all my premium chat. Maybe tomorrow as well. I might not post on Twitter, but my premium chat does get me every morning that I can be here besides chemo. So how did I get these beautiful levels? Well, I like to go from the 15 and the 30. Qs, 15, volume profile. So we're the highest traded amounts of volume in the day. That's literally what I start to look for, and yesterday. So I'm going to grab the price action from yesterday. Oh, there we go. And today on the 15-minute chart. Then I'm going to say, where the heck is the highest amount of traded volume? Where is it? Well, I know I got volume area highs here from the pre. I know we're pretty close to this one, not guaranteed. Good topping action. So I made this channel right here into the upper volume band. So you can see the big waves, right? High amount of volume, higher amount of volume, high amount of volume. So these are high points in volume on the volume profile, right? So to the left of this should have an interaction, and it doesn't. I'm not looking for full reverse. I'm not for a trend. I'm a scalper. I'm a high frequency scalper. So I'm in and out 15, 20 times a day. And that's what pertains to me. I'm not the greatest, hold forever, but I can take a lot of trades and get a lot of greens. And that's just the trading style that I presumably have. So when I break down these high volume areas right here, and mix it with it. These were my shorts and long scalp. So long from the blue all the way back up, recovered the yellow, short to the yellow, back to the yellow, back to the blue, and broken down. So look at the confirmation on these volume zones on the intraday 5 minutes. We're going to change this from the 15, go to the 5. So look how cool this is on the 5 minute. I love these. So you look for, I have an anchor VWAP here on the bottom of the data. So this is what I combine my trades with. So not only do we use the Fibonacci, right, on TOS on here. So that's the halfway point. We have a beautiful -1 VWAP anchor. So I bought into that plus the blue and NQ slips, right? So this right here, this box, NQ price action slips through this like wah, wah. It likes to go through. It never has like a perfect penny tag. I did take this perfect penny tag right here and scalp this up about 8 to 15 points. Called that one for the chat, and then it came back, hit the -1, boom, boom, and then right back to yellow zone because we never tagged the yellow zone at open, and we did deserve a yellow tag here on those volume profiles. So we came down, found the dip, found the rip, found the resistance, found the consolidate, found another rip, and then came up to again the VWAP extension +3. Very hard to get through that. From the 15. And what did that cause? Breakdown. And as soon as we got under the standard anchor center, this purple guy, she was game over on retrend. Now look at this blue level, okay? Take your eyes to the right. Look what I had. This was a high area volume of over under that I picked. Broke, retest, frickin' fail, boys, right? So confirmational retesting, guys, using Fibonacci, volume zones, anchor VWAPs. It's all I use to trade with some oscillation indicators. So I hope that helped out and get some live examples and live trades. This one, that scalp right there, clean and clear. We're probably gonna get another higher low here and kind of get burnt out of this trade, but we're gonna come here and probably get one more higher low. Maybe find its way back up to 100 EMA tag, because if we don't have a live tag of the back test here in a minute, let's take a quick peek. Yeah, we do have one. Okay, so nope. So we could come back up here, but this should get exhausted from selling pretty soon here. We got the MAC crossing on the minute for scalp, so they're Might be another higher low play out long scalp here, but we took the best one because why? It is the first attempted price action push into the gap. So remember that one, that's a freebie. That is a daily gap. So whenever price action pushes in, you can go on your chart, look for a daily gap and look at the gap and then look at the first day that comes up to that gap and watch that sucker pull back every time the first time. I'm saying every time. I don't mean every time. 99% we'll give it. All right, guys, I hope that helps. Hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Trade safe. Stay tuned for the next.